still want to fight?
Hey, I can fight with you all day.
I can argue with you 1,000 times. I can argue with 1,000 times on 1,000 different things. DumbFans, we're still continuing our argument from the last episode here, guys, on the basis of in terms of new contracts and the landscape of what these stars are now ranking in. But what we're going to do is we're going to jump in, segue to what we're going to do is we're going to talk about teams here in the dog days leading up to the new season. We're going to go in alphabetical order. We agreed. We're going to try and keep it civil, kind of. We're going to start with the Anaheim Ducks.
What a team to start with.
What a team to start with. What a team to start with their brand spanking new superstar on a max deal.
An unproven superstar.
Unproven superstar, max deal superstar. So, well, we can talk about what they did here in the past season. 43 wins, 33 losses, 6 overtime losses, 92-point season. They were third in the NHL Pacific Division and had made it to the playoffs.
A weak Pacific division.
Weaker. Yeah, I don't know if it's.
I mean, that was the weakest division in the league last year.
Yeah, I mean, when you have teams that on paper look like Anaheim, the San Jose Ducks, you know, it's hard for to look at those teams and be like, well, they're what they were before in their height of their powers. But they had a breakout year, so to speak. Made the playoffs, upset the heavily favored Edmonton Oilers in the first round. I think they took 4-2. I was surprised actually from that series.
That was a big surprise for me. And I looking at that series, I was like, oh, these guys can go far. The way they played, I really thought that they could make a big impact in the next season or next series, which they didn't. But, I mean, they still gave, what was it, Vegas?
They took to Vegas.
4-2.
They lost 4-2.
4-2 Vegas.
I like the coach.
Quenneville's a good coach.
Quenneville's a good coach. I mean, seems like they didn't have a great hockey culture by the end of it in the Chicago Blackhawks locker room. But
yeah,
regardless, the guy can coach. He can coach offense. And he gets his teams to skate. It's a fast team.
It is a fast team.
Very fast team, you know, and
a young team, fairly young team.
Young team. It's been highlighted and led by superstar Leo Carlsson.
So they lost John Carlson this off season.
I mean, that was a pickup. I don't think that's a big loss in the sense that like he was like going to be re-signing with a team like that. But in terms of additions, yeah, they lost him. We can start with a guy like Leo Carlsson who put up 29 goals, 38 points, 38 assists, 67 points. He was +4 over 70 games. He was hurt for a little bit there too. If you didn't draft him, because nobody did in your hockey pool, with hockey pool season coming around, you did very well when you picked him up. Because
Samir, man, in our league. Samir was laughing.
Wouldn't shut up about it.
Yeah.
The whole freaking time. And
that could have been the steal of our...
I don't see how it wasn't. You know...
Yeah. I guess he was a steal of the draft, or I don't even think he was drafted. He was drafted. He
wasn't drafted. He was a pickup. He was
a free agent pickup.
Well, he was drafted in the NHL. We'll clarify.
No, but in our hockey pool,
he was in the bin.
He was in the bin.
Yeah,
oh, wow.
Samir picked him up.
Wow, what a pickup!
The huge pickup there. So you know, I feel like on his fresh new deal here, $18 million, leading the charge of a very young Anaheim roster. Anaheim has made some trades. They got rid of McTavish. He went to St. Louis. I don't know if McTavish ever really found his way there with Anaheim. I can only speak that because I drafted him and he was terrible.
And there was always rumors about McTavish being traded even before last season. There was a lot of rumors surrounding his name that he may be moved, and maybe rightfully so. He didn't have a great season.
Well, I was bringing this up here before we still got going here. They have Roger McQueen in the weeds here, coming up in the system. 6'5" centerman, right shot centerman. I feel like when you have a guy like that, he's probably going to be touted to come in and play that middle six somewhere. So he could step in for a guy like McTavish. I don't think he's as good of a skater. Huge dude, though, really massive. So they're no shortage on depth here. There is some injuries to you were saying something about Troy Terry?
Troy Terry, it looks like he's going to be missing about the first 2 months of this season. I believe he had off-season surgery. That's the reason why he's going to miss 2 or 3 months. But yeah, that's a big blow for them. Troy Terry is a pure goal scorer, and he was on my fantasy team, and he scored a lot of goals last season.
Yeah, and this is a team right now that has no shortage of young talent. So they have depth. They have people coming up in the system. They look like they're ready to contend. It's going to be off the backs of guys like Dostal. It's going to be off the backs of guys like Jackson Lacombe. It's going to be off the backs of guys like Beck Seneca and Leo Carlson, Cutter Gauthier, Judd Caulfield, who I think him and Roger McQueen could see some activation time. I love Alex Killorn. He's such a great veteran.
Yeah, he is.
You know, I think very underrated. Troy Terry too, but it's too bad he's going to be hurt there to start. But Frank Petrano.
But I think these young guys that they have are going to have they're going to have a better year than they did. They're going to step forward. They learned a lot going into this year in the playoffs, getting some playoff experience under the belt. Now going into this new season, I see them stepping up. Even Carlson, I see him maybe putting up 70, 80 points, but there is a lot of pressure that he's going to be under because of his contracts. So he's got to live up to that hype. And if he does, hey, Anaheim's going to have a great season.
Okay, so we were having an argument in the last pod, and we can continue this argument right now because, as you mentioned, Leo Carlson played on the third line. I do think that Cutter Gauthier was mostly getting the third line minutes. I think Leo Carlson was getting top line minutes in that situation. But, you know, for a guy who had 67 points not being your go-to, I feel like he is going to be the bona fide centerman.
Oh, definitely.
I don't think him and Cutter Gauthier are going to surprise anybody this year.
No, they're going to step forward. Even in the playoffs, I remember that Edmonton series, he had like 10, 11 shots a game. Like Leo Carlson looked great. Yeah. But now he's got that big contract. What I'm saying is handling that pressure of that contract and living up to that hype.
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting point. I mean, if I'm the coach, I'm looking at Carlson, Seneca, and Gauthier as the horses.
And Lacombe.
Lacombe, you know, especially like Lacombe should be a 25 to 30 minute defenseman every night at this point. This is a guy who didn't make the U.S. team, by the way.
Yeah.
That's crazy to think how good he is. He didn't make the U.S. team. The U.S. team that won the gold medal. Did you know that?
I knew that. I knew that. Here you go, praising USA again.
I'm not praising anything. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Whenever it's like a Canada thing, you kind of downplay it.
Anytime
it's US, you just...
Can we highlight that the United States Defense Corps looks tip to tail better than the Canadians?
This year, maybe, but you're telling me that Canada doesn't have their defense corps is not as good as USA?
Okay, I'm going to segue this because we're talking about the Ducks.
Yeah.
Okay, but hold on a second. We got McCarr.
Yes.
Right. You got Schaefer.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, and then who else?
Yeah. And who else?
Yeah, who else?
You got Taves. You got...
Taves over Sanderson? I don't think so.
So you're saying, okay, Taves is like, Taves and McCarr, 1 and 2 in Colorado. Then you got guys like Byram. Byram's going to be...
Byram! Byram.
Byram's...
Team Canada Byram, right?
Byram's going to be a great
Where was he on Team Canada?
He will be. This is the future of Team Canada defense.
Have you heard of Quinn Hughes?
Yes, I get the U.S. had the better defensive core this Olympics. I don't think that's going to be the same in the next Olympics.
Jackson Lacombe wasn't even on that team.
I believe he was. Remember when there was an injury and he got called? He got called up.
He didn't play that gold medal game.
He didn't play the gold medal game, but he got called up for Team USA.
Like and subscribe, guys. Let us know in the comments here why you like the U.S. core better than Canadians.
Or the vice versa.
Okay, so third in the Pacific. Do you think Dostal is the real deal?
He is. He's proven it. He's a great goaltender, and they're gonna rely on. They're gonna be. He's got to play very, very well, and I don't see why he wouldn't.
Yeah, it's such a weird thing with goalies because I feel like it's kind of hard to like pick a goalie that's outside of like the top 5 studs. So, you know, Dostal has to now re-up and go into a new season and be a guy who can start you at least half a season, get you some wins, get you the 25 wins. I feel like he's probably capable of doing it.
Well, he's done that, and even like in the playoffs, he looked great. First series against Edmonton, he looked great.
Anybody could look good against that series.
even with
Sorry, Steven.
even with Vegas, like he held his own. The guy's proved himself, and I think he's just gonna have a better season this year.
He wasn't great in the playoffs. Edmonton was able to score goals on him. But Anaheim was able to score more goals. That was the difference.
Yeah, and what you need to do is you need to be there for the win, and he's winning games. That's what you want your goalie to do.
How come you give Skinner any of that credit when he was letting in the goals for Edmonton?
Hey, Skinner, I feel bad for Skinner, actually. He's a really nice guy.
He's a really nice guy.
Yeah. But he just couldn't do it when it mattered. Yeah. Like the big games, he didn't show up. He didn't make that one save that you needed. And Dostal he's a young guy.
Yeah,
the whole team is young.
Yeah.
So you can't put that on him. Like, okay, he didn't carry him to the finals.
No, he didn't carry him to the finals.
But Skinner's playing in front of guys like McDavid, Draisaitl. That's a powerhouse. What has he done in Pittsburgh? What did he do in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, that's a very good point. I'm just trying to say that in regards to the Edmonton roster, there's a lot of similarities there in terms of like scoring power. It was a crapshoot in terms of who was actually going to. You and I were like gambling on those games.
We were making a lot of money too.
What we're gonna say though, in terms of like if you want to like get like numbers, that was really great for us.
Yeah.
But if you were like looking at goalies to like get you a save, it was really really hard to fathom.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It was really tough to see.
Yeah.
So I think Dostal has to prove that he could be the backstopper. He doesn't have to be like a Demko, where he's like really, when he's like healthy, like really reliable, or Shesterkin, who's the best goalie in the league.
He's got to make you that one or two saves that you need to kind of like get the momentum going. That's what he needs to do.
Yeah.
And I don't see a reason why he wouldn't be able to do that.
Okay, so is this team hype or did they get where they got because they surprised everybody, or they're the real deal?
They got a really good young core, and my prediction is they make the playoffs again. But it's a wild card position. I don't think they're going to get top 3 in the Pacific this year.
I don't think they make playoffs. I think a lot of
you don't think they make the playoffs?
No, and here's the reason why I don't think. Get at me, Anaheim.
Get
at me, Anaheim fan. Fight me, Anaheim.
What a different pod that we're doing this time. You were so bad. You're backing up Carlson like he's going to be the next McDavid, and I don't think they make the playoffs.
When did I say he's going to be the next McDavid? You can roll the tape.
You already said he was a superstar.
Absolutely. I'm the same reasons why I'm going to say he's a superstar are the same reason why I'm going to say Anaheim's not going to make the playoffs. A lot of the offense is going to be focused around him and Cutter Gauthier. Okay. So this team came out of nowhere, surprised everybody in the league this year. Okay. So now they're no longer surprises. They're going to be hunted. And a division that's changed. I don't know if it's better or worse, but I do think that you're going to have the usual suspects reinvigorated. Dallas is going to be good. You're going to have Vegas that's going to be in the Western Conference. I would say that San Jose is definitely improved for sure. In fact, I would say that San Jose looks like a team that is going to take some bigger strides. We just talked about Chicago, for instance, right? So there are teams here that have been reorganizing their rosters to combat rising powers. I look at Anaheim as that team. They're not surprising anybody. So the fact that they have to face that kind of adversity in a Western Conference that was already tough is my reason to think that they prove me wrong.
You're wrong.
I don't see it. I think they just miss.
I think they just make it. They're wild card.
Carlson will have a career year though.
Locked in 100 points? Is that what you're saying?
88 points.
88 points.
88
That's
points.
His career year.
I'm going to say 88 points.
That's worth $18 million. You're right.
Well, my other problem is how they're going to sign Gauthier.
I don't know how they're going to sign him. And what do they sign him for?
Max deal. Get Kaprizov.
Okay.
Let's get Kaprizov on the phone. Kaprizov, what do you think? Max, bro.
Yeah.
Always Max.
Nothing less.
No. Otherwise, no. So I don't know how they're going to solve that problem. They really backed themselves. I don't know if, again, it was just all Philly.
Philly backed Anaheim into a corner.
Yeah.
It wasn't their doing.
Yeah.
Because this wasn't their intention. They were looking for maybe him in like 14, 15 million range.
If they really, really wanted to, they could ship out a couple of veterans here to make it work. Because if it's going to be Cutter, Gauthier, and Carlson as your backbone, right? We can agree that Beckett Seneca is going to be a part of the core there. We can agree that Jackson Lacombe is going to be part of the core there. That's your core four.
And in the goaltending, Dostal is going to be the...
Which remains to be seen. I think goaltending, you can either supplement goaltending in the free agency, or your guy shows up and to be the guy. In this case, we'll see what that yields you. But there is some youth here. But if you've identified your core four, it becomes a situation of like, well, what do we do here? You got Kreider on a big deal. You got Granlund on a big deal. You got Troy Terry on a big deal. You could make a dramatic shift in your culture and move one of these guys out here to accommodate, get some more cap space.
I could see Kreider maybe getting moved, but Granlund he's the captain, is he not?
Yeah, but I mean, does that even matter anymore?
It doesn't. But I mean, he's still a great player, and he was on that top power play instead of Leo Carlson.
Yeah, but won't be the case now.
No, that won't be the case now.
I'd be shocked if Granlund.
How do the rest of the Anaheim players feel? Like this guy coming in 18 million. Now he's the go-to guy.
There's some nice restaurants in Anaheim. Look at the chops. Was it Five Guys? Huh?
He's got to be buying dinners all the time.
He has to. But I mean, it's a high tax bracket there in California.
It is, but I mean, 18 million.
18 million. What is it, like 40%, I think? So he's paying half of that to Uncle Sam.
Yeah, it's still pocketing 9-10 million.
That doesn't include property taxes, expenses.
Okay, I mean, we can get into...
no, let's get into his tax situation. Okay, Anaheim playoff team?
Yeah, we talked about it. We just talked about that. They are. Okay. They get into the wild card. You're
I'm saying they're not a playoff team. Yeah. Okay, we have this reference. You guys let us know what your thoughts are. Am I talking out of my ass? Probably. I don't care. I know you guys like Harpreet's takes. We see all those stuff you guys do. You watch your stuff more than me. That's okay. I don't care.
Just keep doing what you're doing. But just like and subscribe and comment.
Yeah, what he said, because you like him. DumbFans, Harpreet, as always, and Admiral, just in case. Thanks, guys. DumbFans.